All right, we are live. How is the audio, everybody? Make sure that it sounds okay at least. I know the video might be a little bit choppy. There's not really much I can do about that. For some reason, the internet's been kind of sucking. And you can hear me? Audio's good? All right. So it looks like we have 7 watching right now. That's pretty good to start it out. Hope everyone's having a good evening. I have had an insanely crazy and long, busy day, but it has been really good. Yeah, I know the video is choppy. Like I said, I don't really know why. There's not really much I can do about it right now. It'll be better next time, though. What's up, Mari Barber? Hope you're doing good. Hey there, Rachel. Letha in the house. Fireball Fred. So, man, we've been on the channel now for 2 years. Saturday, May 8th, marked the 2-year mark of the Radius Reviews channel. I didn't know that I was going to be making videos this long, but I'm glad I have kept it up to this point. In those 2 years, we've managed to amass 3,000 subscribers, which absolutely blows my mind every time I think of that. It's pretty crazy that there's 3,000 people out there that at least some point have thought that they like listening to my voice, which can be quite annoying to some people I know. Again, sorry about that, but it's the voice I was born with, so it's what I had to work with. So tonight is a celebration. I figure we'll maybe have a couple snacks in a little bit. JW Speaker sent me this cookie bar, chocolate covered. I think that's from a 1986 MRE. These things are always great. It's one of the best MRE desserts of all time. I think we'll be eating that a little bit later. My cousin, for my birthday, sent me a pack of treats from Japan, along with some exotic beef jerkies. So we might try some of those out in a little bit. Of course, we'll be doing the giveaway for me reaching 3,000 subscribers. Should be a fairly decent giveaway. We have the Russian aircraft crew ration, of course. We're also doing a Sopatco low sodium meal and a AmeriQual APAC meal. And this very cool number 4 Mark II Lee Enfield Spike bayonet. I'm going to be shipping that in a medium flat rate box, so it'll still have a lot of room left, so I'll throw some extras in there for whoever the lucky winner is. We'll be doing that a little bit later, and then I have a box of some meal syrup goodies that we will also be opening. I bought this recently from gunpartscorp.org. They are in no way affiliated with the channel or a sponsor. I just like buying stuff from there, and I got some cool stuff that I think we'll be going over in the video. Apart from that, we'll discuss something that I've been pondering for a little while as far as the future of the channel goes. And well, I guess we'll just go ahead and get right into that here in the beginning of the video. So, my channel, as you all well know, has 2 main components, right? You have the ration reviews, which I absolutely love doing. I love trying the new foods, and I actually like the ration foods in large part. I eat like a goat. It doesn't matter what it is. I can consume anything and rarely get sick. So I can eat the old rations, and I enjoy checking those out, and I'll eat the new stuff from around the world, whatever it is. And I really like that aspect of the channel. I'm not stopping ration reviews by any means. I also have the sort of more military history part of the channel and the firearms content that are sort of combined. And as the channel has gone on these 2 years, it's kind of evolved into that being the audience of the channel. If you look at the view numbers for firearms video versus the view numbers on a ration video, it's like way different. And I think having 2 different content streams on the same channel is hurting the channel overall. And that is because the Google algorithm in actually pushing videos out to other viewers does it based on their interests. So if you have someone that likes firearms content, they like the old meal syrup reviews and stuff like that, and that's what they want to see, and they watch one of my videos and they're really into it, And then the next video that pops up after that YouTube has suggested to them is a ration video, and they click on that and they're like, what is this dude doing eating this 50-year-old ration? I don't want to watch this crap, and they turn it off. That tells YouTube that that wasn't a good video. And it also shortened the view time on my channel, which negatively affects the previous video they watched. And so instead of YouTube being able to keep suggesting my videos to new viewers, and those viewers being interested in what the content is, my channel kind of flip-flops back and forth. So, I mean, if you watch a ration video, you might get a gun video as a suggestion. If you watch a gun video, you might get a ration video as a suggestion. And not everybody likes both like I do. I'm super into both of them, and I know a lot of my audience is into both of them. And that's why I put that poll out last night about what you guys thought about me branching off into 2 separate channels. I think in the long run, it would be good for my channel's growth as a whole. Now, of course, this is always just a hobby for me. I'm not trying to make a business out of YouTube, but I am motivated by people watching the videos. The more views a video gets, the more motivated I am to keep improving my content and pushing out new content for you guys to watch. I love making the videos. Whether people watch them or not, I would still be eating the rations because I have a ton of rations to get through, and I like trying them just as much as people like watching them, probably more. And I'm a lifelong firearms collector already, so I'm not going to stop collecting firearms even if people stop watching my YouTube videos. So, I mean, it only makes sense that I keep making videos, but I think for the overall health of the channel in the long run and the possibility of actually becoming a larger YouTube channel, I think that would be best suited in 2 separate channels. Now, I'm still undecided on whether or not I will do this, and if I do, of course, I'll let you guys know. In every video, I would be cross-promoting both channels, which might get a little bit annoying, but in a readiness reviews video, which would probably be about firearms, I would, shout out my ration channel, which I actually already have it made, but I don't have any content on there yet. You can go ahead and check it out if you want to, but of course, there's nothing there to see. At the moment, it's called Readiness Rations. It's probably not even in search yet, so it might be nearly impossible to find, but that would be the name of the channel if I choose to go down that route. It's Readiness Rations, so it's still double R or RR for those of you that may care about that. And yeah, I think that would be a good way to grow both of them, because that way people that just want to see ration content can just see ration content, and guys that just want to see firearms content can just see firearms content. And then those of you who already like watching both, you can just subscribe to both channels. It's not gonna increase my production any, so it's still going to be a video every 2 weeks on each subject alternating. So the Readiness Reviews channel would have a firearms video 1 week on Wednesday, hopefully as long as I'm on track, and then the next week the Readiness Rations channel would have a ration video on Wednesday, so it's still 1 video a week, just on 2 separate channels. So let me know what you guys think about that once this video has a comment section on it. I'm really curious to see if any of you guys would follow me to, having a 2-channel system, but it's still up in the air, and I'll figure out whether or not we will go down that lane here in the next couple days, probably. We have a super chat. Tom F says that he loves the content and wishing me continued growth with the channel. Well, thanks so much, Tom F. I truly appreciate that. I definitely wasn't expecting to get any super chats in this stream, so thank you so much for that one. Yeah, Augustin Farm stuff. I've tried some of that personally. I know preppers are into it, and that stuff. I have freeze-dried food like that. I have ReadyWise. I have some Patriot Pantry, I think it's called, or 4 Patriots. So they might have changed the name on that. I can't really remember. I've had Augustin Farms oatmeal before, I think it was. Nothing too special, but I had tried that before. And of course, I'm into all shelf-stable foods. I mean, I consider myself a prepper a little bit. I'm not like, this insane like bunker digging prepper or anything, but I like having a surplus of stuff around. I mean, if something was to happen and I couldn't go to the store for 3 months, I'd be perfectly fine in my house at any given time. So I'm with that group of people on that. I believe in being prepared for any situation to the best of your ability without getting crazy about it. All right, we have 15 watching now. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I really appreciate that. For you milsurp dudes out there, let's go ahead and open this box of stuff up. So, as I alluded to earlier, this is a box from gunpartscorp.org. They're one of my go-tos for firearms parts, and they also have an interesting array of other milsurp stuff, helmets, bayonets, magazines, all kinds of crap like that, stuff that I'm really into. And I made an order from them a couple weeks back for a couple firearms parts that I needed, and I ended up getting way more stuff than I bargained for. So let's open this up. Turning this open today with my Spyderco Paramilitary 2. Doing a live unboxing is always weird. I like editing a lot of this stuff out in the regular videos, and you guys just kind of have to sit through the monotony of opening these things up when it's like this, but I guess that's just the nature of the beast of going live like this. I like interfacing with the audience in this way every now and then. It lets you see the real me, not just the guy behind the camera talking. And it being unedited definitely changes the stakes that I have in the video. So they put a lot of packing crap on top of there. We got some paper and bubble wrap and some more bubble wrap on the inside. So first thing that I got in there is a SKS stripper clip pouch. I believe this is a Russian one, but in many of the con-block type countries that use SKSs, including China, used a cartridge pouch very similar to this one. I actually have another one over here on my little display. That one is full of ammo, and I'm planning to do some SKS content in the future where I will need this. So I picked that up. It was extremely inexpensive, just a couple bucks. I picked out some random clips. So I figured I could use another M95 clip, a Mannlicher style M95 clip. I have a couple of those already, but it doesn't hurt to always get another one. I have a canvas. I guess this would be a fob. For a number 4 infield bayonet sheath. The bayonet that I have, I don't have this canvas holder for it, so I figured I'd pick one of those up while I was on the website, and it was fairly inexpensive. I picked up sort of an odd stripper clip. You're not going to be able to see much of it in the pouch, but this is a MAS 36 clip for 7.5 French ammo, and I want to give this a try in my MAS 4956. Because I didn't have any stripper clips for it previously. I just got one because this thing was expensive. This clip was like almost $4. We have a Dutch Mannlicher clip. Now I don't even have this rifle, but I wanted to have one of the clips just in case I ever run across one of those rifles. I've learned over the years that you want to buy stuff preemptively. So if you run across something and you think you might need it at some point, like a cleaning rod or a bayonet especially, and clips, that it's better to just go ahead and get it while it's available, because one day when you run across the rifle finally, then you might not be able to find the clip. And that was about another $5 or so. And I picked up a milsurp 1903 Springfield 30-06 clip. I have a couple of these already, but can never have too many clips, so I got one of those too. The larger purchases in this order were bayonet related, but before we get to the bayonet, this tiny little piece right here is the whole reason for making this order. And this is a front sight post for a VZ52, and that's going to be for an upcoming video that we'll be doing where I have to change a front sight post from the VZ52. Now these bayonets is where the real money comes in. So the first one here, it still has Cosmoline on it, so it's going to get my hands nice and dirty. But the blade looks like it's in really good condition. The grips look like they're in good condition, but extremely dirty. That is a Chilean M95 Mauser bayonet. Of course, I have a couple M95s in inventory, but I have not had a bayonet for them up until now. These are on the website when I ordered this for 45 bucks, and on eBay these things are going for like 100. So if you are into bayonets, you might want to go pick one of these up because that's a pretty good price in today's market. Now, back in the day, you could buy these for like $5 a piece all day long, and I probably passed over 100 of them at gun shows for like $10 or less. We have an absolutely pristine, unissued, excellent condition set-me bayonet. This will be for the Spanish set-me rifle, as well as the Spanish FR8 and FR7 rifle it should work on. It has a very deep, dark coating on it, and the grips are in absolutely fantastic condition. The sheath is in fantastic condition. Man, this thing is pristine. I already had one of these bayonets, but mine was in much worse shape, and the clip that holds it into the sheath was broken on mine, so figured I'd pick one of these up while they were available. I want to say that was in the neighborhood of $40-ish, something like that. In that same vein, I have another set-me bayonet, but this bayonet is for a set-me L rifle. Now, unfortunately, I do not have a set-me L rifle. I believe this will also fit the regular set-me C, as well as a HK 91 of G3 rifle. I think it'll fit those also, but I have not tried it personally. And this one is in pretty good condition, not quite as good as the other one. The sheath looks really good. The blade has a little bit of wear on it, but that is just a really cool bayonet, I thought, and cool to add to the collection. Whether or not I'll ever get a set-me L, I don't know. They're a little bit out of my price range. It's coming in at just under $1,500 at the moment. Very cool guns, though. And lastly, I have a Swiss bayonet with the frog still. So it has a leather bayonet frog there. And this is for the Swiss STG 57? Yeah, STG 57. See if that's sharpened. It has been sharpened actually on both the... It's a dagger style bayonet, so it has a blade on both sides. And this one is slightly sharpened on both sides. It's in great shape though. Unfortunately, I don't think this will fit any rifle that I own, and I don't have a Sturmgewehr, I guess they would be called. Nor do I ever think I'll be able to get one because they're nearly inexistent in the US. But that's a bayonet that I wanted for the collection nonetheless, and the fob on this is dated 1981, which that's really cool. So I got a few bayonets for the collection, and most importantly, that front sight post for a VZ52. I did add another VZ52 to my collection in the past couple weeks, and we're gonna have to change the front sight on it because it was broken. Let's see how we're doing in the chat. Yeah, Amanda, pick up some vintage rifles. I mean, they're expensive right now, but they're only going to get more expensive as time goes on. "20 people watching. What's up, everybody? Glad you could stop in with us tonight. Chris, how's it going there, buddy? Yeah, the rifles will pretty much last forever as long as you do your part in maintenance. I mean, of course, they need to firstly be conserved, so any rust or whatever they have on them needs to be converted, like I've shown in previous videos. And the wood needs to be coated so it doesn't just dry out and rot to nothing. So it needs to have some kind of boiled linseed oil or tung oil or something like that coated on it. And once that rust conversion is done and that part of the restoration is complete, just keep them oiled over time, and I mean they will literally last longer than your lifetime and the lifetime of 2 or 3 people after you. The wood gives out first. That metal is going to be around for hundreds of years to come as long as it doesn't just rust to nothing. And so these rifles in my collection and other Milsurp collections, I mean, those things are generational items. Like, I hope to be able to pass those down to future generations, and I hope they can pass them down to future generations, as long as the laws to own things like that stay the way they are right now. And that's a possibility to pass them down. I mean, that's what I want to do with my collection. I don't ever plan on cashing it in. Even if, that dollar amount becomes absolutely ridiculous, I doubt I'll ever sell my collection off. I might sell an individual example here or there, or if I get a better example of some gun in my reference collection, I might, dump the old one. But as far as selling off the whole collection goes, I don't see myself ever doing that, because I like the guns too much. I mean, I like being able to have the history in my hand. Unfortunately, you can't touch guns on live streams, so I can't have it in my hand right now. But in general, I like the tangible aspect of the old military firearms. All right, so JW Speaker, you're in the house. What is up, buddy? Since you're here, we're going to go ahead and open the item that I talked about that you sent me. We have a cookie bar chocolate covered from an old school brown bag MRE. I think this is from 1986. If it's from the batch of MREs that JW Speaker reviewed on his channel is linked down in the description if you want to check it out. And that would make this bar 35 years old. So it is older than I am. I just turned 31 the other day. And so this one has a few years on me. Well, let's open it up and see how it held up. In general, these cookie bar chocolate covers hold up very well. So I'm expecting it to be edible, but you never know until you get in there. So there's just a little bit of delamination going on with this pack. We can see the separation between the brown bag and this cellophane coating on the outside. It smells musty smelling. It doesn't really smell bad though. It doesn't smell like it's going rancid or anything like that. It looks beautiful. I know that the camera's choppy, it's not looking so good, but this thing is in absolutely perfect shape visually. It doesn't even look like it's melted at any point. It's looking really good, but it has this kind of old library book smell mixed with some old Easter chocolate. Usually I would break these in half, but I have Cosmoline in my hands. So let's just go ahead and dig right in and see what this thing tastes like. By the way, the chocolate is a little bit waxy. The chocolate around the cookie is like a medium thickness. It's very evenly coated all the way around. So the flavor on that is interesting. I've had fresher, but this is not spoiled or rancid or anything like that. I mean, for 35 years old, this thing is perfectly edible. When these were new, these were a fantastic treat for the troops. Pretty much everyone loves this item. But with that amount of years on its belt, you can tell it's had better days. It has a little bit of that like library book taste. It's just it's a little bit old and sort of musty tasting, but not rancid, not stale. It has a nice crunchy crisp to it, and the chocolate has a distinct flavor of having some chemical additives to make it more heat stable. You can taste that in it, but it melts quickly in the mouth. And other than being a little bit waxy, it's pretty tasty. No numbness or anything like that, so that's always a bonus. I guess I'm gonna finish this whole thing right now. I was debating whether or not I wanted to just pig out on camera like that, but The more I'm eating it, the more I'm liking it. Yeah, it's getting better the more I'm going in. This thing is good. Whatever weird mustiness I had, either my brain just blocked it out, or it was only on that one side of the cookie. Because I just have one bite left down the hatch. 35-year-old chocolate cookie covered. That's an awesome treat for the stream. Yeah, thanks for that, JW. That was actually really good. I do need a sip of water, excuse me. Dry the mouth out just a little bit. We got 22 watching now, and it looks like we're maybe about halfway through the stream. I guess while we're sampling little food items, we'll check out one of these beef jerky strips that my cousin gave me for my birthday. So this is a variety pack. This is a set, do not separate, and it's got all kinds of weird meat sticks in it. We got some alligator, pork stick, antelope, another flavor of pork, duck, another alligator of a different flavor, elk. That one's probably good. Venison. Another venison. Wild boar. Ostrich. Beef and pheasant. Very interesting meat sticks here. Buffalo. What flavor would y'all like for me to try out? I'm thinking it is a antelope kind of night. What you guys think? I think we'll go with an antelope meat stick here. So there's a picture of the antelope on the meat stick. Give that a smell. Smells nice and smoky. I think this has some artificial smoke. Just dig right in. Casing had a nice snap. That's a hallmark of a good sausage. It's peppery with a little bit of sweetness. As far as the meat flavor goes, there's nothing about that seems antelope-like. I mean, it just tastes like a really high-quality Slim Jim of some sort. It's got a little bit of spice. It has just a little bit of spiciness, which I like. Well, I guess since I'm being a pig on cam, we'll go ahead and finish this one off too. There's this website called Blackwing Meats. If you've never heard of it and you like wild game stuff, you might want to check it out. Most of their products are farm raised, but they're game animals, and they sell ground antelope along with camel meat, which I've tried before and it was excellent. Ostrich, all sorts of poultry like, you know, ducks and stuff like that. And they just have a large variety of like really cool exotic meats on their website. It's Blackwing Meats, and I'm a regular customer of theirs. When they get something new, I like to try it out because I'm really into exotic meat, especially. I'm a very adventurous eater in general. If y'all haven't noticed that watching the channel, like I've said before, I mean, I'll try basically anything. It doesn't matter what it is. I'll give it a shot at least once. And I'm open to a lot of new flavors and stuff like that. I'm not a picky eater whatsoever. There are certain things I don't like. I'm not an olive fan, black olives especially. I can do green olives a little bit. And I don't do mayonnaise, but other than those two things, I'll eat pretty much anything. That was a good meat stick. If the rest of those are at least like that tasty, I'm doing really good. No. Smitty, olives are gross. No one likes those. They should just go away. Yeah, JW sent me a exotic meat stick as well, and I ate that one just the other day, and it was delicious also. It might be from the same company that my cousin sent me this whole like variety pack from. This cool meat sticks like that. I mean, that's a very fun gift if you're trying to find something unique to give to someone. Give them something they never tried before. All right, so we'll do a little bit of Q&A if you guys want to. Does anyone have any burning questions that they want to ask Readiness Reviews while I'm live? While I'm waiting for those questions to come in, I'll tell you guys something that's sort of going on. So, you might remember in the past I did a dual review with my best friend Cheese Toast, and he's been in the chat in previous live streams before. Him and his lovely wife are at the hospital tonight having their first child. And that's something that's been on my mind all day long, and I truly wish the best for them. I know that they're going to be great parents, and I'm expecting that birth to be perfect and everything's going to be good with that. I know he would be in the chat with us otherwise tonight, but he has much more important things to be dealing with right now. And I'm so happy for them, and I can't wait to meet him. Brains McGee wants to know what state I'm in. I live in the state of Georgia. Georgia in the past has been a very pro firearms state, and that's one of the things about it that I love. In recent years, things are getting a little squirrely though, and I'm actually starting to get worried. But in general, I'm a fan of Georgia. It's pretty good overall. Mari Barber wants to know, in my collection of weapons, what is my favorite one to fire? So as far as just like straight shooting goes, from a like range standpoint, I actually really like my modern guns. So for handguns, I shoot a Glock 34. In rifles, I have a Smith & Wesson M&P Sport with a red dot on it. I mean, those two things combined will get you through basically any situation you could encounter. And with the red dot sight on the AR-15, making hits is laughable at 50 yards especially. But as far as like collector firearms goes, I love shooting the M1 Garand. The recoil impulse of that thing is awesome. The sights are excellent. It's just a great shooter. The M1 Carbine has so little recoil. It is just so fun to blast rounds with that. You can spend thousands of dollars dumping mags on M1 carbines. They're super fun to shoot. Bolt guns. My favorite bolt gun to date is still the USM 1917. I love that gun. It is so perfect in every way except for being a little bit heavy, but that makes it a really good, range toy to like bench rest and shoot. Again, they have great sights on them. So I guess it's been all US guns so far. I guess I'll do something foreign. As far as foreign-made guns goes, I probably have more trigger time under SKSs, Chinese especially, more than anything else. So you can't go wrong with the Chinese SKS. Super fun to shoot, quick to load with stripper clips if you have good stripper clips. And the ammo is readily available and cheap for the most part. And yeah, super fun to shoot. So that's some of my favorite to fire. Smitty says if there would have been a live stream during the birth of his kids, that would have been nice. I don't know. I doubt Cheese Toast has time to tune in. I think they're pretty busy between the two of them. Kayla Strand wants to know my favorite blade. We talking pocket knives or bayonets? As far as pocket knives goes, my all-time favorite is the one that's been with me the longest. I don't have it in hand's reach right now, but that is my Spyderco Tenacious. I've had that thing since 2008, and it has literally been with me everywhere and like done all of my daily EDC tasks for years and years and years. The past 6 months or so, I haven't been carrying it that much because I misplaced it, but I haven't lost it. I know it's around here somewhere. It's just stuck under something in a couch cushion or something like that. I tend to lose things from time to time like that, and then they'll pop up later, and I'll start using it again. But I absolutely love my Spyderco Tenacious. When I bought that knife, it was $30. I think they're closer to $40 now, but that is one of the best EDC blades of all time. And even though it's Chinese made or Taiwanese made, I don't care. I love that knife, and it's easy to sharpen being full flat ground the way that it is, and can't go wrong with Spyderco in general. What got me into MREs? I've talked about this a little bit before, but I kind of just grew up on the milsurp scene as a child. I was really into G.I. Joes and stuff like that as a younger kid. I always really liked history documentaries, oddly enough, like war history documentaries, World War II documentaries, World War I documentaries, World War II movies especially. My dad took me to gun shows from the time I was like knee high. By the time I was old enough to like stand up and see over the table at a gun show, I was at gun shows, touching things, checking things out. Those were the good days back when you would have a table that was just like stacked up with C rations for $1 each that someone was never going to eat, and who knew they were going to be like $30 plus now. I would have spent all my money on that back then if I did know. K rations were easy to get. I mean, no one cared about the old military rations. No one was really eating those until like Steve came around and really blew the whole like eating old rations thing up. I mean, there's been collectible rations for years before him, but no one was really sitting around eating these things in mass until he really popularized it, that whole thing. But rations specifically, I want to say it was Mail Call on the History Channel. It might have been another History Channel documentary. I don't quite remember, but I was pretty young, and I was watching that, and they were showing MREs on the History Channel. And I was like, wow, I had no idea that like the soldiers had this specific food made for them that was shelf stable in these cool like self-heating packages and all this kind of stuff. And I was just like transfixed by like this idea. I just thought it was so cool. And me and my dad went to a gun show, and they had there was a dude there that had a box of MREs. He had a couple brown bags, a couple of the tan bags. This was probably around 96, 97. I was 6 or 7 years old, something like this. And we picked a couple of those up and took them home and busted them open and ate them. And like my mind was like completely blown. I was like, these are actually like good. And I just thought that they were so cool because you didn't know what you were getting. It's a mystery package essentially. And are you gonna get cheese spread, or are you gonna get peanut butter, or are there gonna be crackers in it, are you gonna get some kind of like dessert? I still have a little bit of that excitement today when I open one. If I don't cheat and look on MRE info, I mean, every now and then you'll get surprised with what you're opening up. And that was part of the aspect. And then, so, I was a kid liking these military rations, and I was eating modern stuff at the time. Of course, it would be vintage if you look back on it at this time. And that kind of fell out of, my interest for a while, going through late middle school and high school, stuff like that. Started doing other things. But still liked MREs. Every now and then I would go to the local like military surplus store and like pick one up and just like go home and eat it. I bought a case of MREs from my family that was in the military in like 2009. And I actually still have a couple of those sitting around. I'm going to do a review on those one of these days to see if they've held up. And ate a bunch of those. And then again, I kind of like, the whole thing kind of fell off. I wasn't really into rations that much anymore. And then like a couple years ago, a little over 2 years ago at this point, I fell onto Steve's channel, Steve 1989 MRE Info, of course, and he like reignited the flame in me of military rations, because it had never been a thought in my mind that people were out there eating like C rations and stuff. And the idea that some of these things were still okay to sample, like something I never thought of before. And I was like, well, he's eating these things. I want to eat these things. I want to see what the soldiers were eating. I want to try them out myself. And I was really into foreign rations, like seeing the rations from around the world, Czech, Russian, from the UK, French, all those. I was like, I want to try all these. I want to see what all the militaries around the world are feeding their soldiers. I just thought it was like the coolest thing. And I picked up a Russian ration, and I was like, well, if I'm eating this thing, I might as well, like, you know, make a video of it just for myself. I never really thought I was going to post that video anywhere. And it ended up being like an hour and a half long, eating a 24-hour White Star Russian ration. And it turned out pretty cool. And I was like, well, I mean, that was a fun experience. I filmed a couple other ones, and I was like, this one was pretty short and concise. Let's throw this thing on YouTube. And right away, some of the dudes that are on the channel right now today, Viper GTS, his link's down in the description, Smitty, Tracy, Marilyn, all these channels, you know, that of people that are in the ration community kind of welcomed me with open arms, and you know, started watching my stuff, and the channel just grew from there. And I've learned more and more about rations since we went along, and I love trying them out. And there's still so many more to try. Like, I have years of content left for the channel. We're almost to 30 people watching live. Oh man, we're almost at the top of the hour too. You found my channel and Dubsy on the same day? That's pretty cool. Dubsy's channel is absolutely fantastic. One of the best reviewers out there. So we're about 15 minutes from the top of the hour, so I think it's about time we do this giveaway. What do you guys think? So just like we did on the last live stream giveaway, I'm going to be pulling our winner out of this artillery shell here. Let's mix these up real good. I want to say we had 51 entries from YouTube and 16 extra entries from Instagram. If you haven't followed my Instagram, it is simply @ReadinessReviews. You can go check that out. I've only opened it up recently, and I plan on posting on that a lot because that's a really easy format to be able to like just post a picture with a little caption for you guys to see. So I'm gonna do a lot more behind the scenes kind of stuff. Maybe if I film a video and I think something's cool, I might put a little snippet of it in there or something like that. So if you want to see some behind the scenes kind of things, or deal alerts. So if I run across a really cool milsurp deal and you want those to be blasted out to you via Instagram, you know, follow me on there, because if I run across deals like that, I will let you guys know. We'll reach our arm down in here and grab us a piece of paper. Make sure I got just one. Well, I do. Look at that. Well, you said you wanted that bayonet, Fred. There you go. Fireball Fred and Mario. You guys are the winners. Congratulations. I don't know if you're still in the chat. There you are, Fireball Fred. You are still in the chat. You won, dude. So you will be getting our 3 racks for you to do videos on if you want to. And I'll be sending you that cool British bayonet along with some other stuff because I got to fill that package up. Congratulations, my dude. We're almost there at 30 watching live. Thanks so much, guys. I can't believe I have 29 people in here listening to me ramble about stuff. Isn't that ridiculous? So again, when this video goes live, let me know down in the comments what you guys think about me branching off into that second channel. That's really the only order of business that I wanted to go over in this live stream. That's been something that's been weighing on my mind for a while now. Like, I've been thinking about this for at least 6 months. I really looked into like what works on YouTube. What does the YouTube SEO look for? What does Google want in order to, you know, push videos out, because I put a lot of time and effort into my videos, doing the research, acquiring the item that I'm doing the video on, and trying to do my best giving a concise commentary on whatever I'm reviewing. And I put a lot of time in editing as well, and it's really gratifying to me to know that people are watching, and the more people that are watching, the more I'm into it, and the more motivation I have to keep completing it. And I feel like I was just kind of spinning my wheel here for a little while, and what's going on is the algorithm is being confused between too many different kinds of content on one channel. And I think if I kind of focus in on each one individually, it'll do better overall. I do expect that new channel, Readiness Rations, to take a long time to build up to where my current one is. So I would probably still get more views on ration videos on my current channel for a year or even longer than I would on that new channel. But I think in the long run, we're looking at a time frame here of another 2 years, maybe even 3 to 5 years in the future. I think after they're split for that long, both channels would be in a much better place then than my one channel would be at if I was just to keep going with it the way that it is. But like I said, I don't know. I mean, if you guys feel strongly one way or the other, let me know down in the comments once this video goes live on the channel, and I will definitely take those into consideration. So I have one more little announcement of a personal life kind of thing. I actually just got a puppy. Her name is Revy, and she is a red-bone coonhound. She was a rescue from a local animal hospital. Her former owner had to surrender her, and I've been looking for a dog for quite a while. I wanted a dog of an actual breed, and I wanted it to be a rescue. I didn't want to pay for a dog. I don't really believe in that. I think there's way too many dogs out there that need good homes for free, that it doesn't make sense spending money on a dog. And I want to know if you guys wanted me to bring her in front of the camera for a minute. It might be an awkward pause here at the end of the video, but if you guys want to see her, I'll go get her. She's in her cage. Rachel wants to see her. Smitty wants pictures. Chasing B wants to see it. Alright, so I guess I'll go get the dog. We're going to leave you here with dead air here for just a minute. And hopefully she doesn't freak out too much. And we'll end the stream here shortly after that. I'll be right back. So I just got her out of her kennel, so she's probably going to be really super excited right now. But here she is. This is my sweet girl, Revy. And she is a beautiful coonhound, and she is turning out to be a fantastic dog. We already have her pretty much house trained. At this point, she's closing in at 5 months old. I think she's about 4.5 months old, 4 months and 3 weeks, something like that. So she's still definitely a puppy. She likes chewing on everything, including me. I have scrapes and stuff all over my hands. I'm sure y'all will start seeing those in the review videos. But yeah, she is a fantastic dog, and has turned out to be a really great companion for me. And maybe we'll see her in some future videos. I don't know. Well, guys, I guess we're going to cut the stream a little short of an hour. I think I've been here taking up you guys' time long enough. Thanks so much for stopping in. Thanks for 2 years. I really appreciate that, everybody. And here's to 2 more years. Look at her trying to eat my face off. All right, Revy. Well, let's put you down, and let's turn this stream off. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next video. See you then. Peace.